Coming up on AgweekTV, the potato harvest is looking much better than it was a year ago.
A bank sells a slug of farm equipment under a bankruptcy farm auction in Manville, North Dakota.
Farmers and gardeners in North Dakota are helping fight hunger, one row at a time.
In the Soil Health Minute, we'll take a look at variable rates of cereal rye for different soil textures.
Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shauna Olson. In his heyday, Ron McMartin of St. Thomas, North Dakota, farmed about 50,000 acres around the state. He scaled back as prices dropped, but it wasn't enough to save the operation, and it went bankrupt right before planting season. Recently, his biggest creditors sold off most of his equipment, and auctioneer Scott Steffes predicts more auctions if prices don't improve.
This is collateral that was pledged as a loan that is no longer viable.
Last one, I have no more.
BMO Harris Bank of Chicago auctioned off this equipment from the huge McMartin farm to try to recover some of the operation's $42 million in debt.
Most of this equipment here would be considered later model, which is good. Quality and condition is excellent. Had some really good high-quality livestock equipment today.
But when the final gavel came down, the sale brought in less than $1.5 million.
Here today we had about a dozen trailers and we had about 10 trucks. We had quite a bit of tillage equipment here today and a fair amount of potato harvesting and potato processing equipment.
Aggressive expansion and low commodity prices seem to have dealt McMartin a 1-2 punch, and his operation filed for bankruptcy in February. Some say it's a sign of the times where large farmers with thin margins have a difficult time surviving.
Bottom line is that farmers used to get a lot more money for their crops, and right now prices are extremely depressed. And until that changes, you're going to see more and more of this kind of environment, because at the current commodity levels, it makes it very, very difficult to be profitable in the ag world.
Some felt that the remnants of the 50,000-acre McMartin sugar beet and potato operation went rather low. Others thought that the livestock equipment went rather high. For Ag Week, this is Mikkel Pates at Manville, North Dakota.
Elkhorn Farms was formed by landowner Kenny Johnson of Walhalla, North Dakota, to take over part of the operation. The region's potato crop is looking good after a challenging season last year. Red River Valley potato growers have generally avoided drought this season or the heavy rains that plagued many last season. Potato prices are relatively good, so good yields would make this a successful year. Jonathan Knutson has an update.
There's always more to learn about potatoes. The annual Potato Field Day Tour is a great chance to do it.
Much better growing seasons in 2017 than 2016.
A year ago, heavy rains in northeast North Dakota hurt yields and complicated harvest. But this year looks much better, says Chuck Gunderson, president of the Northern Plains Potato Growers Association.
We don't have the excessive rainfall. We've had timely rains. We're a little bit on the dry side so we can keep the disease in check.
Late blight, a dangerous crop disease, has been found in a few area fields. Growers are urged to keep looking for it.
So late blight is always a serious disease, and we have to be very vigilant about late blight because it can take down a crop really fast, and it can spread to neighbors, and it can cause storages to go down. Really right now we encourage growers to scout frequently and often and to continue on their fungicide schedule.
Potatoes can be hurt by dicamba drift. The chemical has received a lot of attention this summer for damaging some crops. NDSU high-value crop specialist Harleen Hatterman-Valenti urges all growers to be good neighbors before applying chemicals.
I'd make sure that you're in contact with the growers, and to make sure that they know that you're not going to make that application when the wind direction is potentially drifting towards the sensitive crop.
Lonnie Spokley grows potatoes. He says some of his fields could have used a little more rain, but he's still hopeful of good yields.
In our area, they look good. They look healthy. Disease pressure has been minimal. Aphids have been hardly existent this year. We are on the dry side.
Potatoes have enjoyed a good growing season. For Ag Week, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
Potato harvest is expected to start around September 10th. A controversial hog farm at Buffalo, North Dakota has cleared another hurdle. The North Dakota Supreme Court unanimously upheld a Cass County District Court ruling that an environmental permit for the farm was proper. Rolling Green Farm plans to have about 9,000 pigs and sows at the operation. Numerous landowners who opposed the project had argued that the state health department should not have granted the permit. But the Supreme Court ruled the plaintiffs failed to prove they would be deprived of property interests if the farm is established. But their attorney says it isn't over. They may have to ask the state Supreme Court for a rehearing or take the issue to a federal court.
Coming up on AgweekTV, we head to Total Ag Industries in Hillsborough, North Dakota to talk about the future of spray technology.
My name is Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called the Cornstalk Guide. It's made out of UHMW, ultra-high molecular weight poly, which is extremely durable. Typically what you'll see on corn heads is the idler chain in the sprocket sticks out. We attach to the side of a snout. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
When you need electricity way out here, you better get yourself one mighty long extension cord. Or better yet, a portable Honda generator from Home of Economy. Rugged, dependable, and so quiet, you won't miss a sound. Pick one up today at the guaranteed lowest price, only at Home of Economy, where your dollar buys more.
I'm 120, I'm 30, I'm 30, 55, once around the block, 212, right here, now have them times up. So
if you're thinking about selling a piece of land, or you're looking to sell some farm equipment, or if you're thinking about a retirement or involved in an estate, give us a call. We'll sit down and tell you all about the Steffes way. We think it's a good way. That's how we approach it. If any of those are in your plans, give us a call or go to steffesgroup.com. Learn all about us. Hope to hear from you.
Introducing the new Challenger 1000 series, tractors unlike any other manufactured by AGCO. Redefining what a wheel tractor is capable of when it comes to wheel slip, power to ground, and fuel economy. Today, it's not enough just to be tough. You've got to be smarter than everyone else, too. Contact your Challenger dealer today to get in the seat of the new Challenger 1000. Superior engineering, superior performance, superior productivity. The next generation of tractors from your Challenger dealer.
For a limited time, Titan Machinery, your local Case IH dealer, is offering 0% financing for 60 months for qualified customers on a large portion of our used combines inventory. For a complete list of our best used combine deals, visit combine17.com or contact your local Titan Machinery store. In addition to long-term 0% financing, Titan Machinery is also offering 12 months free full machine warranty on select late model used Case IH combines. Don't delay. Go to combine17.com or call your local Titan Machinery dealership before the program ends.
We are here at Total Ag Industries in Hillsborough, North Dakota, and joining us now is the founder, Pat Mueller. One of the things we're going to focus on here today is the future of spray technology. You carry the MagnaJet nozzle, the only ceramic triple nozzle on the market?
Correct, yep. It's 4 aft and center. It works fantastic for a fungicide and herbicide. It's 99% alumini. It's the strongest ceramic on the market right now. A normal nozzle, plastic nozzle, probably going to be in that 120-hour range, depending on pressure and the product they're spraying. These will last about 1,200 hours, so about 10 times longer than what the normal nozzle will last you. You're going to get anywhere from 8 to 9 years out of these nozzles without being too much of a worry with them and stuff. So.
Wow.
The other nice thing about this nozzle is we've always had issues with weed escapes behind the sprayer. When you get into a dusty condition, the dust comes up behind the sprayer nozzle and it affects the spray pattern of that sprayer. Where here, the triple nozzles, you have the 4, you have the aft, and you have the center. So you have more of a penetration on that weed in that dusty condition where you don't have that weed escape behind the wheel tracks.
The other thing we want to focus on here at Total Ag Industries in Hillsborough, North Dakota is variable rate fertilizer systems. And joining us now is Dan Linden, the design specialist. And Dan, you helped design this system.
We used to be down at Pat Mueller's farm, and we started toying with this system on his planter. And we came up with a variable rate fertilizer system that we liked really well. So we showed it to a few other farmers and we kind of took it around and it just took off and it's been phenomenal for us.
one of the first true variable rate fertilizer systems out there.
With a variable rate system, you can go out there and it will automatically adjust the amount of fertilizer. It also has true swath control, so when you come into a pointed field, you won't overlap. It'll start shutting the booms off as you go. So you're saving money as well.
Now, one of the things I know growers mentioned that they wanted was some lights, and you guys made that possible for them.
Exactly. We have what they call a lighted sight glass, and it's got little balls that float in there, and it'll show that where your fertilizer level is. And if you happen to have a plug row, the ball will drop. But at night, you couldn't see that. So we installed LED lights all the way across, and you can actually see it from the tractor.
Okay. How does a grower get a hold of one of these?
All they have to do is get a hold of Total Ag, and we'll set up any design that they want. We custom build for them. If they're nearby, we'll bring their planters in here and install a fertilizer system for them, or we can also travel right to them and install it either at the dealership or at the farm. So we're just kind of a unique company.
So it comes down to customization. You can really get anything you want with this. A fun day out here at Total Ag Industries in Hillsboro, North Dakota. Pat, thanks for letting us come out and check it out.
Thanks AgWeek for being here today. Appreciate it.
TotalAgIndustries.com is where you can find more information.
It's starting to feel like fall. Any chance for a frost? Your AgriWeather forecast is next.
And later in the Soil Health Minute, learn how you can use variable rate for cover crops.
For home delivery of AgWeek, log on to agweek.com or call 800-811-2580.
Getting better yields is your priority. Helping you maintain your land is ours. Unleash the groundbreaking performance of the Wolverine Extreme. The patented design of the Wolverine Extreme replaces the need for bulldozers, land scrapers, and graders to create and maintain ditches, waterways, and terraces. By scraping and spreading soil in a single operation, the Wolverine Extreme does the job of multiple pieces of equipment 3 times faster.
We can move about 750 yards of dirt an hour, which is far and above the efficiency of anything else in the market.
The kicker shaft chews up the soil, and then the impeller spreads it anywhere from 10 to 150 feet on either side of the machine.
One of our biggest features is the auto clutch. That front beater isn't going to, just hammer on things. That clutch will pop, and you're going to have a well-protected drive line.
The Wolverine Extreme sets a new standard in ditcher performance. Unleash the groundbreaking performance of the Wolverine Extreme. Call Dynamic Ditchers today to schedule a free demo.
This is Dennis Beliski reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
My name's Joel Kaler, owner-operator of Kaler Farms in Lidgerwood, North Dakota. We make a patented product called a cornstalk guide. Helps guide corn stalks into the grabs and the chains a lot smoother without losing corn. The corn stalk, when it comes off of our product, it's already on the gathering chain instead of being able to hit that idler. Our product will keep all the wear off the snout and get it to come into the head smoother without bouncing.
Premier Shortline USA is your dealer for Meridian storage and grain handling. 50 years ago, Meridian Manufacturing designed the first smooth wall hopper bin. This innovation set the standard for hopper bins across North America, completely self-cleaning with no obstructions. Smooth wall hopper bins have become the preferred choice for safe and efficient storage. For temporary grain storage to complete systems, contact Nate or Brent at Premier Shortline USA.
Going all the way back to the beginning of the growing season, I thought it might be fun to go through the U.S. Drought Monitor month by month. Back in early April, of course, we were watching for drought in the southeast. It began to spread down in through central Florida. There are a lot of wildfires this spring in Florida, South Georgia, as there often are. During the month of May, it began to turn dry across the northern plains. Nothing too extreme yet, just the yellowish areas, but it was pretty dry going into June, and June was pretty dry dry. The drought became suddenly quite extreme over central and western North Dakota and through Montana. Kind of cleared up in the southeast. We started thinking maybe the southern plains would go dry, but that never really happened. Instead, during July, the drought expanded severely in central North Dakota, western North Dakota, and Montana. Grand Forks had some heavy rains, Grand Forks area, in late June that cleared things up there, but the rest of the Red River Valley was pretty dry. Iowa, South Dakota, Nebraska, some pretty dry areas. But August brought some rainfall to much of the northern plains, and the worst of the drought shifted back into Montana, western North Dakota. A few pockets showed up in southern Iowa, but overall, things not too bad. Let's go through the movie one more time, zoomed in just a little bit. April, things looking pretty good. Northern plains, upper Midwest. Corn Belt's been just an ideal season for corn and beans down here. A little dry early in the summer, but drought never really took hold in the Midwest at all. A little bit of dry weather. Middle, late summer in Iowa, but mostly enough to get them through. And as we get toward the end of summer in the northern plains, the drought has really backed up into Montana. So how are we going to affect that? We have a real meandering jet stream pattern. The jets are fairly weak. There's going to be a lot of tropical moisture from Irma and its remnants, particularly in the Carolinas. The rest of the country is not going to have much rainfall this week. Remnants of Irma will move into the northeast and kind of sit. It'll become a little less torrential up there, I think, but it'll be fairly wet in New England and Quebec and eastern Canada. Rest of the nation this week is just not going to have anything other than spotty rains here and there. The temperatures this week, we're starting out pretty warm in the plain states, but overall as we move into the months of the weeks of September, we're going to see that heat getting beaten back down. And really cool weather not expected. There've already been a few spots of frost in North Dakota and Minnesota, and you might get one or two more, but I don't see a lot of really cool weather setting up this week. Moving into the second week now, that'd be September 17th through 23rd. About the same temperature-wise. We're not going to have a lot of heat anywhere. We're not going to be incredibly cold. And really, maybe one rain system moving out of the Rockies, but overall, not a lot of moisture expected really anywhere. So mild temperatures, not a lot of rain expected. The main focus of weather is, of course, in the tropics and where those storms end up going.
Total Ag Industries is the leader in total control. The future of ceramic nozzle technology is here today with the Total Ag Air Induction Turbo Nozzle, the only ceramic triple spray nozzle on the market. Works with all sprayers for better weed control and wheel tracks. They could be the last spray nozzles you'll ever need.
I'm really impressed with them. It just amazes me how they work so well.
Contact Total Ag by phone or visit totalag.com.
If you get right down to it, what's a farmer's job? Well, farmer's job is to feed people. Farmers collectively, our job is to feed the world. At Peterson Farm Seed, we get to have a little bit bigger picture right in our region. We get to help those farmers that we work with increase their productivity, increase the yields that they get on their farms, and as a result, more people can eat.
Micro Essentials is a unique product, so it makes it different than other products. It has 4 different nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, which is 2 forms of sulfur, and zinc in every granule. The sulfate sulfur, we get the bulk of the use of it the first year. The elemental breaks down over time. It's a huge benefit for the grower. It's giving them the opportunity to get more nutrients in one.
We're excited to bring you the new AgWeek app with useful features and the latest news and information. Get your AgWeek news, weather, and the latest episodes of AgweekTV. Plus, see real-time information on the futures market and view local cash bids for your crops. Stay updated and take AgWeek with you. Download the new AgWeek app today.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com. The Ag Week Soil Health Minute is sponsored by the North Dakota Corn Council and the North Dakota Soybean Council.
Precision is not just for cash crops, but also for cover crops. NDSU Extension Soil Health Specialist Abby Wick shows how variable rate based on soil type is being applied to seeding cover crops.
What I want to show today is how a farmer is using variable rate to get his cover crops into corn. He's seeding cereal rye at different rates across the field depending on soil type. So we'll take a look at how some of those rates look, anywhere from 0 to 60 pounds per acre. Here we have a lower rate of rye, probably about 10 pounds per acre. This part of the field is higher, so he wanted to make sure he didn't use as much moisture in the spring. Now we're in a 60 pound per acre rate, and you can see there's a much denser stand of rye in this spot. He chose to do this in the area because of the moisture conditions here. This is a lower part of the field, it's fairly moist, and he wants to be able to dry it out more in the springtime before he plants soybean in this field. So whether you're broadcasting cereal rye at side dress or you're seeding it after harvest, consider variable rating it across the field. That gives you better moisture management on lighter texture soils and heavier texture soils in the springtime.
There's another headache for soybean growers. NDSU Extension entomologist Janet Knutson is part of a new study to track how widespread the problem is of soybean aphid resistance to pyrethroid insecticides. Researchers are collecting samples of soybean aphids in parts of North Dakota and Minnesota where they've received complaints that those insecticides are not working. The soybean aphid pest came to the U.S. from China in 2000. It quickly spread through the north central states and can cut yields by up to 20 bushels per acre. Researchers became concerned when they started seeing insecticide resistance about 3 years ago. The North Dakota Ag Department started the Hunger-Free Garden Project as a way to connect growers with excess produce with those in need. Ag Commissioner Doug Goring says the project yields about 250,000 pounds of produce a year. Jenny Schlecht talked with one group of kids who've been part of it from the beginning.
The Hay Creek Kids 4-H Club learned about the Hunger-Free North Dakota Garden Project in 2010, just as it was getting going. Since then, the club has grown nearly 12,000 pounds of produce to fight hunger.
We started out about half the size and we've grown every year.
Jacob Ellingson is one of the Hay Creek Kids 4-H Club members who's been with the project from the start. His dad, Jeff, who's the club's leader, says they're not just growing food. They're growing awareness about hunger and giving back to the community.
The first couple of years when we went into the community, we had no idea how many people were actually in need. It's amazing to find out how many people really need the produce and really do appreciate it.
North Dakota's Ag Commissioner has been pleased with the program's success. He says most of the donations are the extra from small gardens, but some producers plant part of their crop just for this program.
1 out of 9 people in North Dakota are hungry and have a need. And when you look at the fact that about 50% of them are children and the elderly, it's very beneficial and they're very much in need.
Carla Eisenbeis, who runs a community meal program in Bismarck, says they rely heavily on donations of fresh produce from this program and others like it.
We never ever have food left over at the end of the night, so that tells you that the people in the community really appreciate the fact that this food is free and it's to supplement them, to help them out throughout the week.
I think everyone should do it just because it's a wonderful thing to do.
In Bismarck, this is Jenny Schlecht for Ag Week.
If you have extra produce, contact your local food pantry or the North Dakota Department of Ag for help finding an organization.
I'm Michelle Rook. I'll have highlights from the South Dakota State Fair in Huron.
Located in the heart of the Red River Valley, Bloomfield Enterprises sells the finest trailers in the business. Family owned and operated since 1997, Bloomfield Enterprises prides themselves on carrying a wide variety of trailers for customers to choose from. With Bloomfield Enterprises, you can be assured that customer service is more than just a phrase. With a full-service shop and repair center, we are committed to take care of our customers even after the sale. Whether you're in the market for a new trailer or good quality farm equipment, we have just what you're looking for. Call today or visit us online at bloomfieldtrailers.com.
Advanced biofuel for America's diesel engines is clean burning and made from renewable sources like soybean oil. Biodiesel fuel works in any diesel engine, reducing emissions, helping us breathe cleaner air. Biodiesel adds value to North Dakota soybeans, creating jobs, improving the environment, increasing our energy independence. Biodiesel, it starts with soybeans, it's fueling America.
WDAY 970 AM has added the Red River Farm Network to its lineup. Join the Red River Farm Network team as we partner with Ag Week to cover the area's #1 industry, agriculture. Join us Monday through Friday for Country Morning at 7 a.m., opening markets at 8:30, market updates at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30, closing markets at 1:30. We're committed to reporting agriculture's business on the Red River Farm Network, Ag Week, and WDAY 970 AM.
For over 40 years, Northside Implement has been your Gell and Vermeer dealer in Webster, South Dakota and Lidgerwood, North Dakota. With new equipment including feeding, grain handling, haying, and skid steer, as well as a nice selection of used equipment including sprayers, spreaders, seeding, as well as tractors and loaders. Northside Implement stands behind the equipment they sell with quality service guaranteed. See us for all your repairs and parts, from tillage to skid steer loaders to combines and everything in between. Contact Dave, Lydell, Tom, or Chris today at Northside Implement or visit our website for our complete equipment listing.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? AgWeek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. AgWeek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. AgWeek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
AgweekTV, presented by Kaler Farms.
The South Dakota State Fair had a successful run with near-record crowds. While many state fairs have changed over the years to cater to a more urban crowd, Michelle Rook reports the South Dakota State Fair remains rich in ag tradition.
From forage to livestock, the South Dakota State Fair in Huron is a celebration of South Dakota's #1 industry. Dating all the way back to 1885, the fair has held true to its roots.
It's to showcase agriculture. We were considered one of the true dirt fairs in the country here left.
The heart of the state fair is also the 4-H youth, and from livestock shows to static exhibits, numbers were up.
So the state fair really is the culmination of their project year. It's a chance to showcase what they've been working on all year and promote it to the general public.
Farm groups like the South Dakota pork producers use the fair to promote their products, serving 2,000 pork loin sandwiches a day.
We'll go through roughly about 4,500 pounds over the fair.
Value-Added Agriculture Day also featured various ways for farmers to diversify in a time of low commodity prices.
We can have maybe some more higher value non-GMO soybeans, the ancient grains, things like that offer farmers an alternative to the traditional crops.
Plus, thousands of consumers learned how important farming is to the state through activities and livestock displays at the FFA Ag Adventure Center.
It's also giving people who might not ever really get to visit a farm something that they can go and see that's pretty realistic and representative of what they'll see at a real farm.
In Huron, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Week.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Ag Week TV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com. We'll see you next week.